Hello, the Keto family, welcome back. Today, we're going to be making fried pickles. If this is your first time with us, don't forget, hit the subscribe button below and the bell icon so you don't miss upcoming videos. Let's get started, guys. Alright, lovely, so before we get started, as a reminder, everything I'm using today is going to be listed down in the description below. And then at the end of the video will be a nutritional information card so you know what to expect with these. Although I do always encourage you to do your own calculations as your ingredients might differ just a little bit than mine. Alright, that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Who doesn't love fried pickles? Well, I didn't know I did until a couple weeks ago. We went out to eat and my daughter ordered them as an appetizer. And yes, they weren't keto, but I still tried one and then a few more. They were absolutely delicious. So after that, I determined I really needed to find my own recipe to make these, and I've hit on a really good one, so I want to share it with you guys. In here, I've got 2 eggs that I've already beaten. I'm going to set that aside for right now, and we're going to make the breading mixture. In here, I've got a cup of crushed pork rinds. I like to get mine at Sam's Club, just get a big tub of pork rinds, run them through the food processor, and it'll make a really nice fine crumb for you. And into that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of coconut flour. It's already been sifted. I sound like a broken record, but always make sure you sift your powders and your flours. We're going to add some seasonings to that. I have a half a teaspoon of paprika, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and a half teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt. Alright, we're going to just give that a good mix. And if you don't want to use coconut flour in this, you don't have to. You can replace it with almond flour. I would just use a little bit more. So instead of the tablespoon, I'd probably use at least 3 tablespoons of it. Alright, we've got that all mixed together. So you can cook these any way you really want to cook them. You can put them in the air fryer, in the toaster oven, in the oven, or you can fry them traditionally. Personally, I prefer them to be fried up in some avocado oil, but if you prefer to bake them, I'm going to show you both ways today so you can do it your preferred method. But regardless of how you're going to cook them up, this is going to stay the same. So we have, let's see how, let me position this. Alright, so in here I have 2 cups of dill pickles. You can get whatever kind you prefer. They don't have to be dill if you'd rather do hot and spicy, bread and butter, whatever you prefer. We just like the dill pickles. After you measure them out though, you're going to need to pat them dry. What I do is I just turn them out onto a kitchen towel and then pat them dry one by one, put them in the bowl. So it's a little bit tedious, but it really doesn't take that long, about 3 or 4 minutes. And as with anything else that we're going to bread and fry, we're going to put these in the egg first, let the excess drain off, put it in the batter. I like to pat it on real good so it doesn't fall back off. And I have a baking sheet lined with aluminum foil here beside me. I like the aluminum foil because it makes for really easy cleanup. We're just going to line them up on it. I'm going to do that to all these guys. I'm going to fill up the baking sheet and then I have a plate ready for the rest of them so that I can fry those up. I'll be back in a few minutes with you. Alright, lovely. So I finished getting all those breaded up. This is my sheet that I'm putting in the oven. Before I pop it in though, I got a little bit of avocado oil here. I'm just going to quickly brush it over the top of these before they go in. Otherwise I find they can get a little bit dry. And you could also do the same thing with just some cooking spray, just spritz the top of a cooking spray. That's where I normally do it, but I'm going to go this way today. So these have been lightly oiled on the top, just nice little dabbing motions. If you get a little rough with it, you can pull that breading back off. I already have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. I'm going to stick these in. They're going to cook for 5 minutes. I'm going to pull them out, flip them over, dab a little more oil on, and pull back in for another 5 minutes. So cook for a total of 10 minutes. I'll put these in, I'll be right back. And while those are cooking in the oven, I'm going to fry these up really quickly here. I've got avocado oil heated up already to medium-high heat. So just going to gently put these in. You only need enough oil to come up about halfway up the side, so it's actually not that much oil. We're going to cook these for 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Flip them another 2 to 3 minutes. Alright, our 3 minutes are up. I'm going to go ahead and flip these. And meanwhile, the ones that were in the oven hit their 5-minute mark, so we're gonna flip these two. All right, so these bad boys are flipped. And looking at them, I think the oil I put on top had worked its way down, so I don't think I need to recoat these with oil. I'm gonna leave it like that and just stick it in the oven for another 5 minutes. So it's been another 3 minutes on these bad boys and they are done. I got some paper towels on a plate here. We're just gonna pop them out, let them cool off a little bit. At first they'll seem a little soft, but as they cool off, they will harden them. And so the ones that I put in the oven just came out. They are sizzling hot. Once again, I'm just gonna put them on a paper towel lined plate, let them cool off a little bit, and that is that. I can't tell you how good these are. In fact, they're so good. My little one was just in here stealing off the plate, and they're too hot to eat, but she didn't care. They're absolutely delicious, guys. These would make a great appetizer, a side, if you're doing something like, burgers or something where, you want chips, but chips aren't an option. Whip up some of these. They are really quick to make up. You'll start to finish, you're less than half an hour with these. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today. Don't forget, leave me a thumbs up down below, and feel free to share this recipe with anyone that you know loves fried pickles. Until next time, guys. Bye.